Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Easter Eggs and Secrets Guide here on the Borderlands universe. This is the series where I take you through each of the three Borderlands games, Borderlands 1, 2 and the pre-sequel, and pick out a relevant Easter egg or secret or reference in each of those games, and then just explain them in a bit more detail and tell you actually what they are referencing. So yes, we're going to continue today with episode 27. Hopefully there's one or two in there that you do not know about, and yeah, there you go. Without further ado, let's get on with the guide. So, as always, we are starting off in Borderlands 1, and we are using the character Roland, the soldier. Now, whenever Roland kills a badass enemy or a boss, he will say some phrases, but this one in particular,
Another one bites the dust.
that says, "Woo, another one bites the dust." Now, this is a quote from an actual Queen song. Queen are obviously the very famous band from the 70s and the 80s, still around today. Well, the songs are, obviously, the lead singer isn't, unfortunately. But yeah, it's still quite big today, Queen. A lot of people know them, old and new, and one of their most famous songs, which has been used in a lot of things in the past, is "Another One Bites the Dust." So Roland there, bit of a Queen fan, and that's his little Easter egg whenever he kills a boss enemy or a badass. So, move on to Borderlands 2. Moving on to Borderlands 2 now then, we're going to be looking at a certain challenge in the challenge tab. Now I've got this saved right up here. It actually just says "Gone with the Second Wind," where you've got to get second winds with rocket launchers. Now this one's very easy. Most people will have heard of Gone with the Wind. It's actually a 1936 novel, but it's also most famously a 1939 film, an American epic historical romance film. So yeah, there you go. That is just a nice little challenge in there to reference the one of the most famous stories I think ever made. So yeah, there you go. That is Gone with the Wind. And finally, on to the pre-sequel then. This one is quite an interesting one. There's a couple of little things in here. We are returning to Red Belly. Now obviously this being an Australian maker game, there is quite a few little Australian Easter eggs and references in here, and obviously we've covered before Red Belly, who was an Australian outlaw, very famous outlaw who made his own suit of armour, which Red Belly here is actually showing. But there is a second part to this little reference as well, because he actually drops a weapon called the Black Snake. Now quite interestingly here, Red Belly's Black Snake is actually a reference in its own right to an actual snake that is native to Eastern Australia, I believe, called the red-bellied black snake, which is very interesting there, that they've made a weapon out of it as well. So yes, the red-bellied black snake does actually exist in Australia. Now if you look at the red text as well, it says "such is bite." Now obviously the bite references the snake, but "such is bite" is actually a play on words of Ned Kelly's famous last words, which were apparently wrong. It is believed that his famous last words before he was hanged in 1890 was "such is life." Now this has apparently been proven not to be the case, but still to this day many people believe that these are the last words of Red Belly, and obviously 2K Australia have got hold of this and decided to put them into the weapon drop of Red Belly. So yeah, quite a lot of little references and phrases all in there. So that's kind of a little part 2 to the Red Belly Easter egg I brought previously. So yeah, very interesting there, and that is our Easter egg for Borderlands the pre-sequel. So there you go guys, there is 3 more great Easter eggs for you right there. So in Borderlands 1 we obviously had Roland quoting his favourite band, Queen, with "Another One Bites the Dust." Then we went to Borderlands 2 and looked at the challenge to get second wind with rocket launchers, which was obviously referencing Gone with the Wind, the book and the film. And then finally to the pre-sequel to have a second look at the reference from Red Belly to the Australian outlaw Ned Kelly, and also the reference to the weapon he drops as well, which is a famous snake in Australia. I really do enjoy looking into some of these Easter eggs and secrets. Some are very obvious, but some, like the Red Belly one, are really enjoyable to actually pry a bit deeper and look at certain things like his famous last words, which were apparently wrong, and discovering that there's a snake called the red-bellied black snake. Things like that really are good, so I really do enjoy this series. If you've got any more Easter eggs that you think I do not know about, please be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'll look into them and see if we can any in there that I do not know about. And of course, if you want to look through the previous 26 episodes before this one, if there's any more Easter eggs you like looking into, be sure to check the link in the description. There'll be a playlist in there for all of these. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed another episode, and I will see you guys in the next one.